welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at gods5minutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. David wrote in verses 3 through 5 of his 8th Psalm, "When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor." Step away from roofs and city lights this evening and spend a few moments silently gazing into the vast eternity that stretches over all our heads. Scientists of today tell us the light from the most distant star yet found must have taken almost 13 billion years to beam its way down to us, for it is an estimated 28 billion light years away. And after that, what then? Yet David emphasizes against such awful distances the majesty of God's creation. They are not the work of his hands, only of his fingers. The message is that it is no great difficulty for him to form and set in place these far-flung bodies with who knows how many beyond them. He didn't need his whole hand, only the fingers. How is this possible? Part of the answer lies in his having revealed to us that by his word alone the work was done, and that is sufficient evidence to demonstrate that God's eternal word, with its definitions of right and wrong, reward and punishment, surpass all barriers of time and distance, mortality and immortality. Our English word consider is derived from two Latin words, con, meaning with, and siderus, meaning stars. Consider the stars. The Hebrew definition speaks of examining, making inquiry, discerning. When David spent his evening looking up at the endless number of stars and pondered what he saw there, he came away feeling very small by comparison to the vastness above. Can any of us do less? Light that blazed out from stars during the Battle of Gettysburg is only reaching our eyes today. Or consider the moon. It is calculated to be 238,855 miles from planet Earth. Its mass and placement relative to us causes the ocean tides to ebb and rise as they do. These enormous forces that have so much to do with the state of a planet whose surface is almost 3/4 water lie entirely beyond our control. We can erect a few breakwaters here and there for ships to pass through the surf, make some ports and levees but beyond that, all we can do is stand on the seashore, listen to the pound of the waves, and consider the majesty of what God has created in his world. So by comparison to the tremendous, overwhelming breadth and unstoppable forces at work on the universe around us, what really are we? The Hebrew word here translated man more properly means frail man. It means a human race with all its foibles and weaknesses. People build a huge skyscraper, 2,770 feet high. The world is impressed with the design technology and engineering, yet it would take 120,000 of them to merely reach the moon, our nearest planet. The vast, unchanging sea keeps its regular timetables, while human presidents, political movements, theories about matters great and small come and go. People live, become great or not, and die, and all the while sun and stars wheel endlessly in their perpetual orbits. In the great scheme of things, does it really matter if today you or I stubbed a toe or made a mistake? The answer, amazingly, is yes. It matters to me if my hurting toe got stubbed, and it matters to God, who created all these marvels I see about me, and who also created me. The question David asks isn't only what is man, it is what is man that thou art mindful of him. And then he proceeded to answer his own question. We're created a little lower than the angels. We have life, we have powers they do not. But we, more than they, are crowned with glory and honor, for we of all God's creation can choose whether we will use our time in this world for selfish or holy purposes.
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfiveminutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.